My name is Salome Nduta. I am based in Kenya. I am the Oilwatch Africa coordinator. And while we are seeing a lot of expansion happening, is because our governments, our leaders are told good things about fossil fuel. They are never told about the impact this has on communities. And impacts include communities being sent away from their land, the land being destroyed to the level that it is never arable again, and that means it has impact on food security. So I'm a firm believer that as activists, we need to start creating awareness to our leaders, to give them the lived realities of what these so-called projects end up doing to communities. We may be blaming them, yet they do not have the knowledge. So I think first and foremost, we need to ensure that we give the right information to our leaders, because we as communities, we as individuals who have been thrown out of our land, whose land is affected because of extraction, really understand what it means to live in a land that was once so productive and it is no longer productive. That leader could be living in a town. They could be getting food from the supermarket, but that is not our lifestyle. As we do not depend on the supermarket, we depend on our land. And when land ceases to be productive because of a project, we can only create awareness to make that leader know the real impact, so that when they append their signature affirming that a project should be coming, then they will never turn back and say they did not know.
Like, for instance, as you have seen these agreements, like which agreements have leaders been getting into maybe that they violate at international level?
One of the things is when you want to get people out of their land, there has to be compensation, there has to be alternative, there has to be consent. These are some of the things that are never followed. For example, have people consented that the land they occupy should be given out? Free, prior, informed consent is a requirement that any leader, any community member should be knowing that this has to be voluntary. So if, for example, your land is taken from you without free, prior, informed consent, then on the basis of that, you should raise concerns.
Are there some successes you can tell in Kenya itself, where you live and you are national there, that you have taken towards sensitizing, maybe engaging leaders on this, and examples of areas where they have erred?
For example, we like quoting the Ogiek case in Kenya. This is an indigenous community. Their land was taken. These have been hunters and gatherers living in the forest. And when the land was taken without their consent, of course, they went to court. They have gone locally. The matter was not sorted. They went to the East African court, and luckily a decision was made in their favor, and the government asked to compensate them. The government set up a task force that would look at implementation of all the things that were raised in court and given in favor of the community. The task force has taken long to do the implementation. The community has gone back to the East African court, and guess what? The rulings have been in favor of the community. So this goes to show that when we get united, when we get to use the law in our favor and raise issues that are given under our law, under the international law, under the regional law, we will get to be heard, and positive decisions will come out of it. Okay. And not just for our communities. These are court decisions that have set precedents that other communities in other countries can rely on.
Like, maybe there's some leaders do it deliberately because for personal benefit, some do it out of ignorance. Do you look at this, striking the balance between the two?
I would say it's very easy to hide under ignorance, even when you're pushing for your own interests. And to eliminate that, that is why I'm saying, as we do projects or activities that target communities, can we also think of projects and activities that target the leadership, so that those leaders who hide under ignorance and we know they are pushing their own interests, they will never come up and say, we did not know. So it is important that we target our leaders for awareness, we give them information. When we do research, let us not just share the research with communities, let us take those research to our leaders, to our parliament, because it is within these spaces where they need the information, so that when they are passing laws, when they are making decisions, let them not argue that we did not know, we did not have information, we did not have numbers to know how many people are affected, because we will have given them that information. And that one leader who is pushing their own interest and saying, I did not know, will have nowhere to hide.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Kazi-Njema, online, live from Hoima City.